All right, so people wonder, do you even need a budget? And the answer is yes, everybody needs a budget. If you got low income or high income or anywhere in between, you still need a budget. Okay, so say maybe you are low income Larry or middle income Mary or even high income Henry. All three of these people are not as different as they might seem. Each of them need to manage their money or else they'll get carried away and get stuck with too much debt. Also, all three of them have that rich neighbor who seems to have the nice new toy and they think, why can't I have some of those things? Well, here's a hint. You don't know how much debt your neighbor has. There's always so many things that we would love to have, and a budget can help you safely get those things without getting overwhelmed in debt. Many people think that a budget is scary or time consuming, and some of them can be. But I have a budget that is easy and effective, and I call it the banking envelope system. And here it is. This is how you're going to start. You're going to start by tracking your categories into a handful of different expense categories, and you're going to make sure you know how much you spend in each of those categories. So maybe it's gas or it's recurring expenses or anything like that, groceries, something like that. Once you have those tracked, you're going to then go to the bank and you're going to ask for 5 main bank accounts and then a handful of expense accounts, one for each category that you found, and a miscellaneous account. At this point, you might be thinking, oh, okay, wow, the banker is going to think that I am crazy. But the banker is crazy for not doing this budgeting system. Plus, I've spoken to several people and they have tons of savings accounts. So the banker is probably not going to think much about it. Okay, so here are the 5 main bank accounts that you're going to open. Number 1, an income account. Now, this is just for income. It's not for expenses, just where your income is going to go. The second is for your savings account. Now, I would recommend having enough in here to cover at least 3 months of expenses, preferably 6 months of expenses. Then you're going to have a goals account. This is going to be for like major purchases like a car or a house. So these big major purchases. Then you're going to have a loans payment account. Now, I would recommend having as few loans as possible and only having loans for fixed assets like a car or a house and trying to pay them off as fast as you can. So you can get rid of that debt burden. So having a loans payment account. And the last is to have a charity account. Okay. Now I know what you're going to be thinking. Well, I'm poor. I'm my own charity. Yes, I felt this way too. But really, it is super beneficial to have a charity account. And there's a bunch of reasons why it's so beneficial. Number 1, it helps you be grateful for what you have. Number 2, it really helps you see the benefit that money can give to other people. Number 3, it can help you think of other people. Number 4, it might be able to motivate you to keep your budget. And number 5, what's going to help you have a charity account when you're wealthy if you don't start now? So you might as well, start now. I would recommend that you have at least 1% of your income in your charity account. And really, that's not that much. You can do this. Okay, so back to the envelope system. You have your 5 main accounts: income, savings, goals, loan payments, and charity. Next, you're going to have a savings account for your annual expenses like vacation, Christmas, birthdays, whatever it is that comes up annually or less frequent than once a month. Then you'll open up an account for each of the categories that you found. Okay, so you might have an account and a debit card for gas, right? And you have a groceries category, so you would have an account and a card for that. Or maybe you have an entertainment category, so again, an account for that. And I would recommend a reoccurring account to track your subscriptions and insurances and things that come up on their own. Also, a rent or mortgage account, and that one you don't need a card. You can have whatever account that you need for your categories. Then I would recommend a miscellaneous account and a card for that. Now, that's key, and I'll explain why later. Now, when you open these accounts, double and triple check that they are free. All right, free, free, free. You want to make sure that they don't charge you for random things like paper statements. Maybe turn off the paper statements. Also, double check that they don't let you overdraft or that they don't charge you for overdrafts. This isn't a credit card, and so you don't want to have to pay those fees. Now, when you get home, you're going to open up your bank app and you're going to nickname those accounts the names of the categories that they are for. Okay, so first off, you're going to have your income account. So you nickname your account income. Then you'll have your savings account and you'll nickname it savings, and maybe you'll put 5% there. And then for your goals account, nickname it the goal that you have. Maybe it's to buy a house or to buy a car. So nickname it house or car, and then give it the percentage. Do the same for your loans payment account, your charity account. That should leave you with your expense accounts. You'll have some for each of your expense accounts, and they should all total up to 100%. All right, that's 100% of your income. I would also write on them with a permanent marker what each debit card is for, right? So you take out your debit card and you write on it gas. Take out your next one, write on it groceries. That way you know what the debit card is for. You also know what account it's attached to. You can also write on the side of the card different colors so that you can also see it when they're in a stack. So now when you get income, what you're going to do is you're going to then divvy up that income into your different accounts. All right, so you'll have some for your savings, some for your goals, some for your loans, some for your charities, and then your others for your expenses. Just the percentage that you've already named them. And then now you've got that all divvied out. You check on your account, you see how much money you have in each of your categories, and maybe you need to go shopping for groceries, right? So you check in your account, you see, all right, I've got $100 I can spend on groceries. Well, make sure that when you go shopping, you stay within your $100 budget. Right now, if you make a mistake and you accidentally go up and over that budget, it's not the end of the world. You could open up your app and you could transfer money in to your account, but I recommend try not to transfer money between accounts. This is a budget, and those accounts need the money that they have. But if you need to, you can. The other thing is that's where the miscellaneous card comes in. If you're in the line and you're making the purchase and you realize, oh no, I'm going over, well, pay for most of it with your grocery card or your shopping card, and then pay the rest with that miscellaneous card. With this budgeting method, each account kind of becomes its own savings account. So you want to make sure that you continue to put in the amount that you've budgeted for every month. And it might grow. So some months you might spend less than you've budgeted for. And so therefore your account will have more money in it than it did the previous month. But then other months, maybe you have larger expenses, and so it will go back down. So see it kind of as they're individual savings accounts and go up and down as needed. And try not to go outside of your budget. So try not to overspend where you don't need to. So really the big key about this budget is that it really helps you stay within your budgeted amounts. Right? At first you might feel like you're poor. With a credit card you can just swipe and swipe and swipe, and you feel like you have so much money. But with this, it really shows you how much money you really have. So at first you might feel poor, but then you'll start to feel empowered. And you'll start to feel like you have control over your life and your spending. You will feel like you can take back your spending and not lose it to so much debt. And it really will become easier and easier as you go. I promise you that if you do this method, it really will change your life for the better. All right, and give it a go. See how it is. And please like and subscribe for more videos by Money 101 Animate.